Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII-2. I'm the Mysterious JG. We are fighting these guys. That wasn't really what I meant to be doing, but it's happening anyway. Looks like you lost. You have some kind of ritual. Know what I mean? So last time we beat an enemy type that we haven't seen, that was from Final Fantasy XIII. Certainly not making a lot of new enemies, but we haven't seen much of it in this game. It was a recurring quasi-boss monster, It was a regular monster, but it was always meant to be like on the high end of difficulty of regular monsters in any given area in the last game. Which is the Centurion, and the Centurion with its Centurion blade, or maybe it's called Immortal. I mean, it had different names because there are palette swap versions of it, but we took it out. Now I thought I saw somebody out here with the word balloon over their head, but whatever. We're heading back to the Nomad Village. Well, I guess you can teleport straight to it from here, right? First of all, to report our success with the Centurion, and then to switch the weather to rainy, so we can go find and defeat Ochu.
You took care of the monster? Amazing!
Let's
Now
take
there's
care of the
nothing to be afraid
world. Oh, except for Ochu, of course. Alright, never mind. We already got the fragment. We don't need anything more from you, I suppose. And if we do, we're not getting it. Let me hold my hand in the general direction of that thing and... Any chance at all that I got rainy on the first try? Nope. Let's see if I can at least avoid cycling through every single season before I get to the one I want. Hey, it seems like we never got thunderstrikes before when it was storming, and now suddenly we have them. No, I can't. We are going to see every single season. Because I did it exactly wrong. Oh well. This will get us the rainy weather that we crave. Electrolytes are what plants crave. Now, if we check the map... Okay, we got a little bit of a hike to get to them. Meh. Still at 99% exploration. I think I'm going to have to go on and Google that shit, because the manual doesn't really talk about any particular areas where it's going to be difficult to get 100% exploration. I know that we already successfully did 100% exploration of the one of those like computer towers in the story section that was kind of not that easy to 100% explore. Yeah, Sagan's getting in the way of this freaking fight. Break. Okay, this is... Now, I don't know if this is going to be as bad as this fight was in the previous games, because it was nasty in Final Fantasy XIII. It was one of the worst fights in the game. You definitely couldn't be keeping the micro Ochus around while you're trying to fight regular old Ochu. Can be able to protect him. Pleasantly surprised there. Yeah, he's going down a lot easier than he did in the last game. Doesn't look like Imperial or... Well, Imperial finally did. Screech was bad news, if I recall correctly. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal here. Okay. Looks like we want to take out the micro Ochus again, just to be on the safe side. Okay, don't lose his whole, yeah, thank you. Let's not lose his stagger meter, although actually, we're gonna kill him before he stagger him anyway. Alright, well, Micro Ochu is kind of underwhelming compared to his in Final Fantasy XIII. There are some really big, nasty boss fights in this game, but it seems like Micro Ochu is not, or Ochu is not in the same tier this time that he was in that game. Probably the fastest way back to camp will be talking to the statue. So one of the wild fragments we don't already have apparently comes from pardon me. You got anything more to say about what we already did? Could be both. I mean, come on. You're out there hunting deers with machine guns. Great job.
What? You took care of the monster? It's really gone? You two are legends.
Oh. Oh, that's right. I have to leave and come back before I'll get another quest. It's like, how would you... Yeah, I can see somebody being really frustrated and wasting a lot of time going around in circles in this zone.
Time and...
Not knowing, oh, you gotta leave and come back and reset shit. So the last of these... Oh, and it's pretty cool that you can reset these different boss monsters by changing the weather. So even though they're all like, the weather has to be stormy for the last one. Oh, well, we might have just figured out how we got to get 100% map exploration, too, because, I think, we're supposed to use a chocobo to get to some inaccessible place for this boss fight, so that might be the 1%. Come on, Stormy. Ugh. I knew I should have grabbed done the other one. Now this will end up being probably arid, so I'm pretty sure that I was supposed to just grab the other one the first try. Oh no, never mind. Looks like I definitely was going to need to do 2 switches instead of just one.
The hunters in this area are having a hard time with a certain beast. Want to hear
It's
more about
Beast
it?
Wars. Yeah. Time flows slowly here on the Great Plains. In the ancient past, when Falsey ruled this land, they would make humans their chosen champions to turn them into Seath, should they fail to complete their missions. We will hunt the grief-stricken
I'll
Seath.
be waiting to hear the good news.
Hunt the grief-stricken Seath. Oh, that didn't occur to me before because I didn't have a chocobo. Yeah. That one place where it seemed like, oh, there's a treasure chest up there. I couldn't reach it. Like, I could throw Mog over there. Couldn't quite reach it myself with the jump. You're supposed to ride over there with a chocobo and do a choco jump. Okay, that makes sense now. And that means we won't have to fight anything on our way to there.
How are the chocobos working out? Once you get used to them, they're hard to give up.
They taste so delicious. Yeah. So this should give me that 1% map completion, so that'll be nice. because this yokai is apparently going to be hanging around on top of a rock that we can't get to without the chocobo. But since we can't even unlock this quest without a chocobo, or without having uncovered chocobo power, it's okay. Here comes a scary thief. Now this could be, if he's like this game's version of Vercingetorix from Final Fantasy XIII, this could be really ugly. But it doesn't look like he's that high end. Oh, that could be it. Okay, looks like it's one of these annoying fights. But at least we can put some nice stuff on ourselves while this is all going on. How many times is it going to do that? Because it heals itself up. That is going to get old. I no longer want to spend the turns putting debuffs on it if it's going to keep getting itself back. Because it's not increasing its defense, just its attack. Putrescence sounded bad, although I guess it's not that bad. Maybe it just does that a lot early in its pattern, and we just need to get out of it. Or maybe while it's staggered, it can still do impenetrable aura. Perfect. Fantastic. Thanks, game. During its stagger, it can still do this bullshit. Now well. Well, it didn't heal itself up fast enough to get back to where it was before we heard it anyway. Alright, I guess we just gotta make sure we're doing more damage than it's healing. And this one is gonna take a little while, but the reward is gonna be regardless of whether we do well or not, the reward is the same. We're gonna get a fragment out of this, so. So we might be at this for a while, guys. There's probably better builds we could be using for this. We had it almost, but I feel like it it gets rid of all of your stagger progress when it does this move too, so. Oh, maybe not. No, it's at 1-0, whatever. No, it's got Protect on. It's tempting to get rid of that, but mostly we're doing magic attacks. Protect might be helping it against Omega's attacks. I think Omega's attacks are considered physical. Great extended shot of Omega's ass there, by the way. Nice camera. Uh-oh, hold on. Nah, that's not what I meant to be in. Wicked Whirl, I meant to switch to the all protection one, but I screwed up. But luckily, this thing is not as dangerous as Vercingetorix. Because I definitely would have had a full party wipe if I wasn't turtling for its best attack if it was that boss. Maybe when it does that attack, it actually gets to not do, Nope. Never mind. I was thinking maybe when it goes for Wicked Whirl, it has a little while before it's allowed to go back to this bullshit. No, that's not how it's going to be. This is less frustrating, but it's starting to remind me a little bit of recently I had failed effort to defeat Zodiark, the optional super boss in Final Fantasy XII-2. Or 12. Just Final Fantasy 12, no -2. We gotta get in some attacks before it starts being invulnerable again. So this is gonna take some doing, I guess. Get in a little extra damage while it's vulnerable. I know I'm paying really fast and loose with health here, but hoping that we would have time to heal her up. Just barely didn't make it. Change leaders to Sarah since I'm slightly more familiar. No, not exploitation. Damn it. I just lost. Okay, when it does Wicked Whirl, you really need to switch to the right paradigm. I got confused about placement here. Yeah, I think I get to retry because I didn't get surprised, so this isn't going to be... Yeah, I should have won that one. Well, we will win this one. I should have won that one that time. This is not of comparable difficulty to some stuff that we've already done. What is frustrating is that I don't have a chocobo. So I have to go retrieve a chocobo every time. I don't want to underestimate this. This is a palette swap of an enemy that was pretty nasty in some previous games. I tortoised for a second just because I didn't know what that attack was going to mean. Could be really bad for whoever it hits, but was pretty bad for Sarah there, but... And again, I don't know if I actually switched in time for her to be Tortoise when that happened. Or Sentinel, I should say. It's so... That was a really devastating attack, but still did that much damage. Alright, so let's go take on this boss again. Got a power generator at the power station. Oh, we've got 70 Gaishaw Greens. We're only going to have about 70 attempts at this boss, guys. Before we'd have to go back to camp. Oh, jeez. Well, the nice thing about these chocobos, I was just thinking, oh man, every miss is going to cost me another Gaishaw Green. No. These chocobos don't constantly drain your supply of Gaishaw Greens. I think I will try Exploitation, though. And then Cerberus. Just get him deep protected, and then I'm not really doing that much about raising his stagger meter because we never get to stagger him anyway. Or even if we do, he just does that.
Let's do this.
Here. Sure and steady. Oh, you want it. You okay? Chin up.
Yeah, it's super relentless. I think just building up its... Even if you only build it up to like 200%, you're still doing more damage per hit.
Let's do this. You got this. Good boy. Take this.
Good boy, Zaz. Oh, I'm sorry, did that come out sounding kind of bad?
Your turn.
That's literally what she's saying. Zaz was the pet monster there in that particular sequence. See, I gotta be able to fight this thing now. I'm not gonna get any stronger than I am. Like, I can't level up to beat it more effectively. So some of this is like, if it's going to do these healing sequences anyway, I'm just trying to avoid healing when it's not already healing itself. Because if it's healing itself and I heal up too, it's kind of like fair.
Here.
And thanks. Your turn.
Poison would be nice, but I can't waste any more time. And I'm slamming away on the buttons that don't actually speed things up at all, so I am feeling lethal into it. We're coming for you, whatever your name is.
Here.
Let's do this.
It's not immune to Deep Protect, so why am I not trying it? Susceptible to curse, capable of temporary invincibility. Okay. So I wish I was using Curse, but I'm not. I don't know if Curse is even something I can try to use. As soon as I get poison applied, it immediately takes it off. I don't know if Curse is working on it. Tortoise, the actual proper tortoise one, and not some kind of half-wave tortoise. Try to get in a few more hits while it's still semi-vulnerable here. Yeah, this guy hurts pretty bad, actually. If I don't win this time, I might want to switch to something where the buffing one is actually putting change Sarah to a healer while the other two apply buffs. And we just do that while anytime it goes into its little shell. Damn it. So that did no good at all. Okay. I feel like we did okay coming out of that. Just switched right away. But I probably need to give up on actually applying poison. Although it got it there. Seems like if I can get it early enough in its pattern, like it went for a Wicked Whirl really early that time, I got out of it without being in a really bad place. 'Cause it makes a really positive difference getting poison applied if you do it and it actually sticks for a little while before it goes into this. But yeah, if I lose again, I'm definitely going to change up this this pattern here so that she is a medic when they're applying buffs. So she could be in a bit of trouble. But I'm just trying to get in some attacks here. Probably need to heal her up real quick. Doesn't do any good for her to die. It's going to waste a lot of our time bringing her back. We gotta maintain the pressure, or we're never finishing this thing off. Although not when it does 2 in one combo. Like one set without going into its rest period. I will definitely heal up. Yomi, you jerk. Let's get some stuff applied. Arguably, I set up my synergist poorly because I gave my synergist that I fed it stuff and gave it too many different things that it could apply. So it won't necessarily apply the best stuff first because it can do too many things. That is a case that could be made. So this is the same style as the Vercingetorix fight. It's not quite as bad. But yeah, that's kind of how it worked. It would keep healing itself, and you had to do this endurance battle, really. And if you ever got hit with Wicked Whirl, you were hosed. Really probably need to stop and heal. Probably being too aggressive, but any minute now it could end if I just get a good combo out of Omega. Yeah, there we go. And Omega is the one that finished it off. 5 stars, a bit faster than you're supposed to do it. We got a Tear of Woe. Woo! And a Yomi fragment, but now the real test. Are we at 100% map exploration? Yes! That's what really matters. Soak in your victory, Sarah. So we'll head back to town, but only because I'm curious to see if we get any dialogue for that. But we already got the fragment, I believe. And yeah, that was basically the Vercingetorix battle again from Final Fantasy XIII, but I don't feel like it was quite as bad. Then again, in Final Fantasy XIII, you don't have Omega, which is just a really high-end commando. Just slamming enemies with all sorts of damage if you can get any kind of stagger going. But yeah, I feel pretty good about calling it a session there.
Well, the storm is over. That's all that matters.
There's literally a storm going on right now, man. I think the tablets he's talking about are the Chocobo statues. Talk about Noel. Don't talk about Noel like that.
You took care of the monster? Amazing.
Let's take
Now
care of the
there's nothing to
world.
be afraid of.
I beg to differ. You should fear me. Yeah, you have literally nothing to say now. Okay. Well, unless I miss my guess, we do have a we do have to come back here because we didn't open the gate. But I want to get the... Unless it already unlocked, in which case we have the one wild artifact we need. Yeah, 12 of 12. So we don't need to do anything else here except we've still got to unlock that gate because we only got we only have one wild fragment, and now we have 2 gates. So we'll have to figure that one out next time, because unless I'm mistaken about the timing, this video is over. Yep, it's even a little on the long side. Alright, folks, when we come back next time, probably the next thing we're going to do is, there's not a ton of them in the game, so it's not going to be that time consuming, but I probably just need to go through where all of the wild fragments are supposed to be and see which one we missed. If we're lucky, it's in the casino, because there's one that you just buy at the casino, but I'm pretty sure I bought the one at the casino. At any rate, folks, unless I'm losing my mind, well, now, hold on. I don't think, so we have fragments. Specialty items. Item. Key items. Wild Artifact 1. Nah, I don't think there's going to be any menu like there is with fragments, where we can go through and find out which one specifically we're missing. So Academia 400 as fuck is where we're missing. Let's see, of what are we missing? We need to get 2 more fragments here. 10 more fragments here. 1 more fragment here. 2 more, 5 more. The majority of what we're missing are at Academia 400 as fuck, and that's because I believe we get a different fragment every time we go someplace. Every time we report 100% map completion. So we'll get a whole bunch of those all at one time later, but not till after we've gotten the Vile Peaks, which in order to fully explore, that's one of those where you can't explore the whole map in any one time zone. There's only 2 time zones to visit, so next time, beating around the bush here, unless I forget, because it's a long time before I play again, the plan is find 1 more wild frag artifact to make sure that we actually have access to all the maps, and then we just work on getting the last of the fragments. Possibly when we revisit the DLC monsters and stuff, might just have, because it's possible to get both of the Chaos Fragment weapons, we might be using both of them. You can get the second one through the casino. Anyway, guys, this video's gone long. I gotta go. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.